Dr. Cary Herzberg. Welcome to India.
Well, thank you. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. As India is also facing a problem of more and more myopia for the children, what do you think is causing the progression of myopia?
Well, I think it's a combination of genetics and environment, but I think there's a strong input from the environment. I mean, we've seen the recent rise in the last generation of a much higher incidence of myopia, not just here in India, but around the world. So I think it's very much related to that near work and the environmental stresses that are put on, and not enough sunlight, all kinds of considerations.
Do you think these modern gadgets, iPhones and tablets and computers are causing?
I think they're causing a lot of issues. I think that we're raising a whole generation basically based on this technology, and it's changing the way we are. I think it even changes the way the brain develops. I think these kids are getting into these devices much too early. Their nervous systems aren't even ready for it, and I think it's a challenge for them even to deal with it. So there's even a maturity issue here, and I think it affects not just the eyes but the brain itself. I mean, after all, the eyes are an extension of the brain. So.
Do you think food habits contribute to myopia also?
Oh, they definitely contribute to it. And I think we have dental hygiene. Everybody knows what to do to keep good teeth and floss and brush and stay away from sugars. But there's no talk about visual hygiene. I think we need to really do a real major effort to teach people that near point's so important, and you need to follow certain rules for it.
I heard that candy or a chocolate is good for children.
Well, I don't know if I'd say that. I think there's a lot of issues with sugar, and I think there's not a connection one-to-one, but there's an association between sugar and myopia and diabetes, other things. So I think we need to pay attention until we know for sure there's a direct connection. I think lowering the sugar in the diet is really an important thing for physical health and for eye health.
How about the caffeine?
Yes, caffeine's a stimulant, and a lot of trouble today with esophoria, which is overcrossing the eyeballs, and the stimulants will cause more and more crossing of the eyes. So I think you need to really relax that more than anything. So caffeine is a stimulant. Again, decreasing stimulants in the diet is very important.
So what in short message for parents who are out there worried about their children's changing their glasses every 1 year?
Yes, get your children to have a good eye examination, see a good good optometrist or ophthalmologist, and get those eyes checked. Watch the working distances the kids are working at. Make sure they are in a proper posture when they're working. Make sure they're not lying down. Make sure there's adequate lighting, and make sure that reading material is far enough away. And I would say if they're less than 7 years of age, really be very careful with that smartphone use, because that's just too much for the visual system at this point to deal with.
Thank you. What do you think now that you are in the optometry conference and you're coming from the American developed nation? So, what is your take on this optometrist in India? Do you think?
I'm really excited. This is a new generation of Indian optometrists that we're dealing with here, and they're so they bring a different perspective to the field, and I think one day that's going to be a leadership perspective. I mean, we're encouraging that. We want to grow the next generation of leaders, and I think a lot of them are going to come from India. I'm very encouraged by what I'm seeing here. These are great people. They're very intelligent and they're very dedicated, and so we're more than excited to work with them.
Thanks for the kind words.
You're welcome.
Hopefully we'll see you again in India.
You know it. I'll be back.
Thank you,
okay.
Dr.
You're welcome.
Pleasure having you here.
Yes, it's a pleasure being here.